Welcome back. In this session, we are going to learn about how to handle sessions in a web application. Let me explain what a session means. In any web application which is supported with HTTP protocol, multiple requests that are coming from a customer are considered as independent requests and they are not interrelated. For example, in this diagram, if you see, there is a cart servlet where I have an object called cart and there are three requests like add item, view cart, checkout. These three requests are accessing the same cart and all the three requests are coming from the same client. Now, since HTTP protocol is a stateless protocol, it does not remember these requests once the request is serviced, which means when the customer clicks on view cart, HTTP doesn't remember that it was the same customer who had added the item to the cart. Now, in order to make HTTP stateful, we need to create session. How do we do that? Let's get into the program. I have a HTML file here which has a drop down menu which has some items displayed, and I have an action here which is a submit button and the action is add, and there are two hyperlinks. One hyperlink is to view the cart, other hyperlink is to check out. I'll show the program right away. So this is my HTML page. Now all the three requests, one is add, the other is view, the other one is checkout. All the three requests are going to the same servlet, that is our cart servlet. The first request is a post method, the other two are get. So let us see how I'm going to handle this in cart servlet. This is my cart servlet. Now in cart servlet, I have a do post method, and what I'm going to do is when user gives this request to add the item to the cart, the first time I have to create the cart. And for the subsequent requests coming from the same client, I need to retrieve the same cart. Now, how does your container remember the cart? It has to store the state of the cart somewhere, and that is done with the help of session. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a session by saying HTTP session equal to request dot get session. This statement creates a new session if the session is not created for that client, or old session if it already exists. And I'm creating a cart which is null initially. When the customer clicks on add for the first time, it checks if cart is null. If cart is null, it creates a new cart by creating an array list. And then it sets it, it adds the item to the cart. Cart dot add the item that is selected from the drop down. Again, if user wants to add, he can click on add. In that case, it will get the attribute called cart. Then now cart is not equal to null. Then what happens? Cart will get the new item added. For both the actions, session is set here and there is an attribute set for the cart, and we do that by saying session dot set attribute cart cart. You can give any name here you want. but it's always a good practice to give the same name as the object. Then I'm redirecting to shop.html again and again so that user can add more and more items to the cart.